Are you real? More real than you, I'm afraid.
It's insane, what a trip.
It's not a trip, it's reality. Your new reality.
Are we brothers or something?
We have...
Where's the captain? I told you, everyone died.
Oh, this is insane.
The Alters is a sort of survival game. The game is set in an unusual planet. You play as a space miner who are alone in this planet but create different versions of himself to help him in the survival. The game is being developed by 11-bit studios, and all that sounds unique and curious, but that's just one reason why this game looks so riveting. The main structure of the game shall envelope exploration, mining, building, and also a sort of managing, as we'll build and control the whole base. They even reminded me of Fallout Shelter when I first saw. As a fan of Death Stranding, and also of Fallout Shelter, I must say that I'm looking forward to play this game, and it's coming out in June 13, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
And we're stuck in front of a giant river of lava. If we want to survive, we need to act now.
We stick to the plan. You focus on researching a bridge to cross the river. I'll anchor it, fix the broken base modules, create radiation filters, gather resources, and rupidium.
To create more alternative versions of ourselves.
This island is cursed, I tell you. Can't live off the land. And hard work won't save you either. Yes, the glory of our ancestors has long been buried in ash. The fine folk here keep asking for more. And trust me.
Of Ash and Steel is an immersive third-person open-world RPG created by a passionate team that values the essence of classic old-school RPGs and modern designs. Explore the lands of a once prosperous island, hone your combat skills, and survive in the unforgiving realm of the Kingdom of the Seven. It's being developed by the studio Fire and Frost and is coming out only on Windows in the start, but there's no release date announced yet. But promises to be an interesting action RPG game with an immersive lore and universe.
Well, it is what it is. You and I are stuck here too. But who knows? Maybe all of this is a trial sent from above. Sometimes I wonder if there are any decent folk left in Greyshaft.
Kindness. Take the easy times what shape us, nay. 'Tis how we rise to face the hard times what does that for us.
Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
The Witcher 4 is finally the new adventure of this beloved series. The game is being developed by the studio CD Projekt Red, just like the other games of the series, and is coming out probably in 2026 or later to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The series is known for being an extremely immersive and massive RPG series, with hours and hours of content with a lot of quality. This new experience will be set after The Witcher 3, but the difference here is that the protagonist won't be Geralt anymore, but Ciri, an important character of the third game. Ghost of Yotei is the sequel of the acclaimed game Ghost of Tsushima, and now we're going to play in an adventure set over 300 years later. The game is being developed by Sucker Punch Productions, and the players will explore the lands and the surroundings of Yotei and will see different types of environments through the game, since overgrown areas to cold and snowy places, all that set in the year 1603, with amazing graphics and a huge open world to explore. The first game was really beautiful, so I believe this one will be even more, and the release date was finally announced, and it's October 2nd, 2025, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
I'm sorry. It came to this, little wolf.
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that?
The Elder Scrolls 6 is the new journey of the series after Skyrim, but we have no idea when it's coming out. It was announced with Starfield, so it means they're working in this game now, but when it shall be coming out we still don't know. It's being developed by Bethesda, and shall be released on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Crimson Desert is a new massive open-world RPG. The game is being developed by Pearl Abyss Studio, from the same creators of the MMO Black Desert. Filled with lot of different mechanics, and with a fast and brutal combat style, looks like a mix of a action RPG with the gameplay of a hack-and-slash game. For those who enjoy titles like Assassin's Creed series, The Witcher, Zelda, and general action medieval games, I think you're going to enjoy this one, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC in the end of 2025, but with no official release date yet.
A land soaked in blood by the battles of those who seek peace.
There are beings who brought chaos to providence. The rifts they have created will return everything to nothingness.
Seeking out my dreaming comrades.
What I can tell you now is that this mission will restore the
The Sinking City 2 is a new survival horror game set in a world inspired in the pieces of H.P. Lovecraft. The game is being developed by the studio Frogwares. It's being developed for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5 and PC, and there's no release date yet, but maybe 2025 or 2026. Experience a heart-pounding survival horror as you explore the flooded city of Arkham and fight eldritch monsters beyond human comprehension. All that with insane realistic graphics made in Unreal Engine 5, with impressive visual and immersion. So if you are a fan of horror games, this is one that you need to keep an eye out for.
Attention. Due to recent flooding and pandemic, access to all external areas is restricted abnormal. Your safety in this new world is our absolute priority.
Hush now. It's going.
Last Sentinel is an upcoming narrative-focused open-world action game set in a distant future in a different version of Tokyo, and the most interesting thing here is that this game is being made by a veteran Rockstar Games director. It's being developed by the studio Lightspeed Studios, and it was announced in 2023, but so far we didn't see much more about the game, except the trailer that looks really interesting, but doesn't represent the real gameplay of the game. If you enjoy sci-fi games, open-world games, and even story-focused games, I think you need to keep an eye out for this one, cause I have a hunch the game will be big, but we have no idea when it's coming out, and neither the platforms, but probably Windows, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.
I still remember that day, when I left you without a word, to come here on this forgotten planet. I'm sorry that I left you that way. They say that one day, when they have learned everything, their spirits will come back to their home planet and will rejoin their bodies.
Star Overdrive is a high-speed action-adventure set in an open world. Race across an alien planet on your hoverboard, mastering tricks, battling enemies, solving puzzles, and using your powers to overcome challenges and shape your destiny. The studio developing the game is Caracal Games, and it'll be released in June 19th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Set off on a high-speed hoverboard adventure in Star Overdrive, where fast-paced action collides with the mysteries of a distant alien world.
I know that we will meet again one day, one way or another.
Donkey Kong Bonanza is the new adventure of our beloved Kong. The game will be set in a 3D style now, similar to Donkey Kong 64, but with insane graphics and set in a sort of open world with many extra challenges. The game is being developed by Nintendo and is coming out to Nintendo Switch 2, but not in the launch date, but in July 17, 2025. The game is going to be faster than ever, with a dynamic gameplay style and a Donkey Kong as brutal as never, breaking through many different stages, what looks really fun. So if you, just like me, are a fan of the series and missed the character nowadays, you can be happy now, cause this game, in my opinion, looks really fun.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
GTA 6 is simply the most anticipated game ever. In the game we'll take control of two different characters, Jason and Lucia, and once again we'll be able to explore the iconic Vice City. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, probably the most beloved video game studio nowadays. This is going to be a whole new GTA game after more than 10 years. The last one was GTA 5 2 generations ago, so this one promises to be a masterpiece in a matter of possibilities and freedom. The game would be coming out in 2025, but it was postponed and is now coming in May 26, 2026. And the game is coming out to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. PC version shall be coming out about 1 year later.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey. We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian released Avowed this year, and now they're surely working on the development of the Outer Worlds 2, and it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open-world adventure. The game has no release date yet, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, Windows, and PlayStation 5, so if you played the first one on PlayStation and thought that the second wouldn't be there, yes, it will.
And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To be deceived do not exist among us. Do you wish to commit yourself? Your life.
Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in August 8, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game will be set before of the other games, in the start of 20th century, and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
Where yon the veil did I chance to see you, the little minnow in the clear, more righted though, in fayish way. A foundling here of mother's sorrow, conveyed to me by beaver, by sparrow. Blighted, yes, or so they say,
Soulframe is a new action RPG set in an open world with a MMO experience and is going to be a free-to-play game and looks really good with nice graphics, a beautiful and stunning world. The game is being developed by the studio Digital Extremes and is set in a fanciful and magical world with interesting enemies including interesting boss fights, and it's not exactly a Souls-like but a game with some aspects of Souls-like. It's being developed for a long time, even had a closed beta already, but there's no release date yet for the final version, and it's only confirmed for PC for now.
Gather motes of living worlds. Come gather arms against old and herd. And join our family beyond your blood. For Blight.
ゾンビとは過去にとらわれ、抜け出せない者たちです。彼らは真の解雇主義者なのですよ。
このようなことが連鎖的に起きたんでしょう。
Showa American Story is a really curious game. It's going to be a RPG game, but a very unique one. The game is being developed by the studio Netcom Entertainment and it's planned to be released still in 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. A brand new RPG and an enthusiastic love letter to the 80s pop culture that features a strong taste of B-movies. Follow Chuko's journey of truth and revenge across North America as she grows stronger. A game that mixes many features. It even resembles Yakuza series in some aspects. The combat will mix melee combat to combat with firearms, all set in a third-person camera.
In an age forgotten, ancient, tyrannical manifestations of nature itself held the world stagnant. A lone witch stood in defiance. Against their might, she brandished the forbidden flame.
Witch of Oblivion is a very unique Souls-like game, and believe me, it's really a Souls-like, set in a magical and colored open world, and based in a sorceress combat style. The game is being developed by Tasto Alpha, and this is probably one of the most different Souls-like games that I've ever seen, cause usually expect a dark and dead world when we think about a Souls-like game, and not a kinda happy universe style like in this game. It'll be more than a Souls-like, it'll also have its own style and features in its manner, but I got curious about it. I want to see how it's really going to be, but it has no release date yet and is coming out only on PC so far.
Unable to remember her true purpose, the forest came to call her the Witch of Oblivion.
The tracks lead this way.
It's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Light the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. In case you don't know how it works, it's an open world filled with zombies, so you need to survive using different types of weapons, which you can explore for more. But the most interesting part of the game is the gameplay itself, with a first-person camera and insane parkour movements. For the ones who like especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this game, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S, but there's no release date yet, but probably still in 2025.
say. Living it up with the common folk every single night. On a day-to-day basis, I'd say the true hero is me, someone who's breaking new ground with fruit.
Fable is the returning of the famous RPG series from Xbox games. The new game will be a sort of reboot, but with the same style and personality it seems, and it's being developed by Playground Games. Fable 2026 is going to be set in a fantasy world filled with different creatures from fairy tales, set in a third-person camera, with different gameplay styles. It's a game that your choices changes the events and story of the game, like the classic ones. If you played the original Fable games, I think you are at least curious about this one, so know that it's coming out in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but PS5 may be confirmed in the future.
One moment. This is awkward.
It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her!
The Blood of the Dawnwalker is the new game by the director of The Witcher 3. He left CD Projekt Red and is now creating a whole new game. The new studio is Rebel Wolves. They promise us to develop a AA game with the quality of a AAA. If you don't know, that's about how much money will be used in the development, and let's be honest, he knows how to make games. It'll be set in immersive open world filled with vampires, and in some moment, the protagonist will be also a half vampire. What makes it even more interesting? The gameplay will be fluid and with a lot of possibilities, and like The Witcher, you choose the destiny of the world by your decisions, what is always interesting when you want to replay the game. It's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows, with no release date yet.
For all of you.
Archeage Chronicles is one of the most beautiful MMORPG games announced, and will probably be one of the best games in this style of its year. And it's being developed by the Studio XL Games. Explore Auroria, a vast and vibrant world brimming with rich lore and thrilling action. The gameplay looks really good, involving all types of gameplay, with lot of different weapons, enemies, and environments. So if you like MMORPG games, this is probably one that you need to take a better look, and it'll be coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC, but there's no release date yet.